Shall we start the class? Have you done the prayer, dear?
Not yet, ma'am.
Please do the prayer, somebody.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, dear, who is doing?
Namo Arihantanam, Namo Setanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Ajayanam, Namo Loye Savasahunam, Eso Panchanamo Yaro Savappa Vapanasano, Manglanam Sasavesim, Padamam Havai Mangalam. Jai Janendra to all of you.
Sorry. The agenda for today's class is that we'll try to cover up maximum Gandhar, finish the 3rd chapter, do the 4th chapter in the second half of the class. And in the first half of the class, I'll do the Krambad Paryay. And we plan to finish Krambad Paryay by October. And you have the second part of Krambad Paryay in question answer format. So I'll request all of you to take the questions for your Bhav Bhasan. You have to read the question and I'll read the question and the answers. Then to that, from that portion, I'll be asking you three questions. So all of you select your questions. All of you select your questions. And then there's an interview between Bharil Sahab and Kanji Swami. In that what to say at the end of the book. So that also I would like somebody to cover up. I would like 2 people to enact that interview. You have to read and enact. So one of you become Dr. Bharil, one of you become Kanji Swami. And when you're asking a question, in that question style you should ask. Okay, and when you give the answer, you should give in an answer style, in a dialogue, dramatize and do it. Okay, if you don't want to take the whole portion, at least some portions you can take and do it. So this is a small activity that we all can do. Okay, so understood? Anybody interested? Give your names in the group. We'll take it from there. And then you both form a group and then you interact, and over the Zoom you practice and then present over here. All this should be over by October. And then November, December, we'll do the Anekantvad, Syadvad, and Kal Chakra, those self-study books, no? And that I'll try to throw light on. Is it clear, friend?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Krambad Paryay, I'll request you all to take from page number 18. 18. In the Hindi book, it's 18. Here, there are 3 words over there. Page number 17, 18, I don't know which page number, I'll tell you. Page number 21 in the Hindi book. 2021. The sun is shining right behind me, so all the sun rays there. Yeah. There are 3 words. All of you please make note of those 3 words. Anvay. These are all related to logic, Jain logic, and Nyay. Why only 11 people in the class? I'm not at all happy with the class. Is it recorded? Yeah. I'm not at all happy with the class. I don't know. I'll send some other teacher from next year. I'll tell them, this teacher is no good for the students. Get a better teacher for them.
Ma'am, we all are together here because of you, so I don't think that would be a good idea.
Sort of, that was instant reply. Yeah, very, very witty. Okay, chalo, I'm not doing that. I'm just trying to motivate you people to be more regular for the class. Not you people, but those people are not turning up. So why don't you all post some messages on the group after the class? Hey, it was a good class. We did this. Where are you all? You're missing all this fun. Please blow some trumpet on the group.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
After every class, at least put 4-5 of you put messages. Let the others take cognizance, at least listen to the recording. Such valuable philosophical content we are doing, which will change the direction of our many lives to come. Please, okay? Yeah. So please write down these 3 words. Anvay, Vyatirek, Anvay, Vyatirek, Anvay. I'm putting it on the board for you. Anvay. Next one is Vyatireka. Vyatireka. And another one, these 2 words are a pair, you know, Anvay, Vyatireka are a pair. And then separately, I'm giving another word, and that is Anusyuti. 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 Have you written? Anusyuti. इसमें भिंडी बनेगा इसको भिगोया क्या तो ये तो कड़क कड़क है हाँ. So now what is the meaning of the word anvay? Anvay means logical connection, concordance, agreement. Logical connection, concordance, agreement. And Vyatireka means discordance, difference. Between sadhya and sadhan. Between sadhya and sadhan. Sadhya means that which you want to prove, and sadhan the means to prove. Sadhya means that which is to be proven, that which you want to prove, the existence of which you want to prove. And sadhan is the means by which you prove. There has to be a logical connection between these 2. Then it is called anvay. If there is no logical connection between these 2, then it is called vyatirek. And vyatirek will lead to false logic, mithya darshan, not vyatirek. Yeah. When there is no connection between sadhya and sadhan, and yet you believe that there is a connection, then that is called mithya darshan gyan charitra. You get it? It is called mithya gyan. But when you know the logical connection and you act accordingly, it leads to samyak darshan gyan charitra. Okay. Now, what am I trying to say? Write an example. Fire on the mountain. Fire on the mountain. How will you know? You are very, very far away from the mountain. Fire on the hill. How will you know that there is fire on the mountain?
From the smoke.
By seeing the smoke. So there is one line. Yatra yatra dhumasya tatra tatra vannihi. Wherever there is smoke, there is fire. But the reverse may not be true. Without the, so if the fire is there, not necessary smoke is there. Example, kya bole, lighter. You light a lighter. There's no smoke over there, no? Even though little smoke is there, but it is not so obvious. Okay, so but wherever there is smoke, that means from where that smoke is emanating, from the fire. Supposing I say, oh, there are a lot of trees on the mountain, so I say there is fire. So this is called Vyatirek Sambandh. There is no logical connection between the trees and the fire. Manju, ऊपर वाला first. ऊपर वाला first left hand side में. हाँ. इतने दिन से कर रहे हो ना बेटा? हाँ. ठीक है. Understood? Supposing I say there are a lot of eagles flying over the mountain, so I infer that there is fire. So what is this sambandh called? Vyatirek sambandh. There is no sambandh. There's no logical connection between eagles flying and the fire being there. Okay. So now supposing I say I will do 100 years of upvas, I will get moksha. Any connection between upvas and getting moksha? No, no. There is no sambandh. So it is a Vyatireka sambandh. Then I say, without getting Samyak Darshan Gyan, I will take to Charitra, I will take to Diksha. I will follow. And I will keep praying to Bhagwan. Give me Samyak Darshan, give me Samyak Gyan. Will I get moksha?
No.
No. Why? There is no connection between 100 years of Diksha and Samyak Darshan. Okay, I will read all the scriptures. I will read 14 Purva, 14 Purvas. I will read the Dvadasham. Then I will get moksha. Any guarantee that you will read the 14 Purvas? So what is a guarantee for moksha? What is a guarantee? Who will tell me?
Samyak Darshan Gyan Charitra.
So how do I get the Samyak Darshan Gyan?
Only when we realize that
realize the Gyayak Swabhav. That is our sadhya. The Gyayak is not visible to our eyes, nor to our mind, nor to our senses. So how do we make the invisible visible? The fire on the mountain is invisible. How did it become visible to your mind? It did not become visible to your eyes. Only when you go near the hill, near the fire, it will become visible to you. In the same way, the Gyayak Bhav, the Paramatma will be visible only in Keval Gyan. It is invisible. But in our Mati Shrut, how to make it visible? Visible means not physically visible, but to the Gyan. Gyan mein usko kaise janna. So that is through the relation between Gyan and Gyayak. So wherever there is Gyan, it is coming from the Gyayak Bhav. So yatra yatra Gyayak, tatra tatra Gyan. So by looking at the Gyan, you infer the Gyayak. Infer, it is inference. Pratyaksh, it will be only in Keval Gyan. At the bondage level, it is only Anuman, inference. So this inference, when it comes, it is called Samvar. When it increases, it is Nirjara. And when you become one, when you become face to face with the Gyayak Bhav, then it is Moksha or Keval Gyan or whatever. So there is a logical connection between Gyayak and Gyan, like the ocean and the waves, like the sun and the rays, the moon and its rays. There is a logical connection between these two. But in our daily life, Gyan is obvious. But the Gyayak Samudra is not obvious. That you make it obvious, that Charitra is called Samayik. For 48 minutes, through Gyan, you infer the Gyayak. That practice is called Samayik. For 12 hours you do, that is called Poshad. You, lifelong you want to do that, that is Diksha. Oh, today I will do Vrat Upvas for this. I will do Nokarsi Porsi for this. Then there is an Anvay Sambandh. That Charitra is Samyak Charitra. Then that is the path of Moksha. So in your Gyayak, in your Gyan, which Gay will come? All that is Kram, Baddha, fixed. It will come in a sequentially bound manner. When it has to come, when Keval Gyan has to come, when what thought has to come, when which object of knowledge has to come, it will come. It will go. I am the Gyan Swabhav, I am the Gyayak Bhav. That firm absorption, steadfast absorption in the Gyayak Bhav will lead to first Samyak Darshan. Samyak, then your Darshan becomes right, your Gyan becomes right, your Charitra becomes right. In this experience of the Gyayak Bhav, Ananta Anubandhi, Krodh, Man, Maya, Lobh have gone. That much of Charitra has happened. Understood, dear children
Yes,
of
ma'am.
Nirvani? Huh?
So just a question here, ma'am.
Huh.
If those Gaya are in a Kramabadha sequence, is there any possibility of them changing at any stage, or there is no?
No. No, they're all previously Krambadh mein fixed hai, वैसा ही आता है. But the Jeev, no, it doesn't understand. It think it is doing these things. But the nature of the soul is Gyata, Drashta, Akarta. All Siddha Bhagwan are Akarta because Atma is Akarta. All Siddha Bhagwan are Gyata, Drashta because Atma's nature, intrinsic nature is Gyata, Drashta. But ye Jeev ko Karta Buddhi, Anadi Kal se is there. That is Mithyatva. That is Moha. That is the root cause of all suffering. So Anusyuti means one after another. Anusyuti means one after another. The Gye will be coming. There is no Gyan without the Gyeya at the Nigodh level or at the Moksha level. There is no Gyan without the Gye. Because Gyan, the nature of Gyan is Swapar Prakashak. It will show itself also and the Gye also. But what we see the Gye, we don't see the Gyan. So our Gyan is Mithya Darshan Gyan.
Right.
You understand? We are
Thank
interested
you.
in the Gye. That is Rag Dvesh. We are not interested in the Gyan. So we are not interested in Vitragta. So we are not followers of Vitrag Bhagwan. Even though we are not. Vyavhar say we are. But real mein we are not. Okay. So next example.
Ma'am, one small doubt, ma'am.
Haan, pucho.
This Anusyuti, what comes after the other? One after the other is Gaya, one after the other, or
Yes.
Gaya followed by Jnana, Gaya followed by...
The Gyan ki Paryay comes one after the other. In the Gyan, the Gye comes one after the other. But ever it is Gyayak Bhav. Constantly Atma is Gyayak Bhav. It is a witness to that Gyan and all that is coming to in the Gyan. That is the Chaitanya Swarup. In the Chaitanya, all the Gye are reflected. The Gyan knows it, the Darshan sees it. We don't understand this engineering of the soul, and we think we are knowing this, we are doing this, we are doing all this is Pagalpanti. Spiritual bankruptcy. Clear? Got it, Shobha madam?
Yes.
Yes. Any more questions related
yes,
to this?
Ma'am, I had a question. Paras here. I just wanted to understand the relation between the Krambadh Paryay and Purusharth.
Very good, very good. Now, to determine that I am Gyan Swabhav requires tremendous Purusharth. Because your mind is engaged in doing, and not interested in being. So understanding the being requires Purusharth, and being the being. We are being only, but experiencing the being nature, you have to detach from all Karta Bhav, requires tremendous Purusharth. So first understanding this Gyan, Gyayak Swabhav is the Swabhav, 5 Samvai. Write down the 5 Samvai. Swabhav, Swabhav. Oh, that is my Swabhav. Even though you're doing all the worldly things, I am not doing, I am that, the knower and seer. Swabhav. Try to do in 24 hours, how many times you will remember this? You will get carried away by what you're doing. And
Yeah.
suddenly, oh no, that is not my swabhav. I'm in the vibhav. So the more you're in vibhav, you're in astrav and bandh, either shubh or ashubh. So
Yeah.
stop that bandh. How you will stop? By determining your swabhav and then visiting it. Visiting matlab experiencing that swabhav. For that, you have to close all the indriya and the man, vachan, kaya. That is the purusha. Nivritti, complete nivritti. Do nothing physically, mentally, verbally, and just be that. That is when all the magic of Ratnatraya will happen. You understood? That requires tremendous purusharth. But what we consider as purusharth means doing something physical. Okay, doing something physically, mentally, verbally, we call it purusharth. But look at the meaning of the word purusharth. Purush means atma. Artha means prayojan. Artha means prayojan. So understanding the atma and the prayojan of it is to get eternal happiness. What is the prayojan of atma? Only then you will realize the real bliss or happiness or whatever. And then the third samvai, kal, time has to come when you will get samyak darshan. So that is also krambad. Your swabhav is krambad, your purusharth is krambad, the time operates, that is also krambad. When which nimit will come in your life, that is also krambad. And then we say, oh, everything is predetermined, bhavitavyata. According to that krambad, only things are happening. So accepting krambadda paryay, and in acceptance of krambad paryay, they have given one more concept of sarvagya siddhi. Write down sarvagyata and sarvagya siddhi. There are 2-3 meanings of this sarvagyata that I'm going to give you. Sarvagya. Sarva means all. Gya means gyan. Just as every part of cloth is clothness, every part of sugar is sweetness, like that every part, sarva means every part, atma pradesh of the atma are gyan, 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 gyan. Sarvagya, gya, gyan. When you go near the atma, you will only experience gyan, 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 gyan. But what about the other gun? It is only through gyan that you will know the other gun. So all the other gun, infinite gun, are there in every Atma Pradesh, in the smallest indivisible part of the Atma Pradesh, which is called as Avibhag Pratiched Ansh. Avibhag, write down, this is a technical term again. All these is Jain logic, Jain epistemology. Vibhag means division. Avibhag, no further division. Pratiched means the minutest. You cannot divide them further. Pratiched nahi kar sakte. Avibhag, Ansh, is made of infinite properties. Infinite properties are dancing in the pure soul. How the waves are dancing in the ocean, how the infinite properties of the ocean are dancing with every wave, like that in the Atma, infinite properties are dancing. Dancing means operating, but we are not aware of it. So you infer them through Gyan. They will be Pratyaksh, only then you will get Keval Gyan. Or when you get Keval Gyan, they will be Pratyaksh. Understood, dear? But now how to make that Paroksh as Pratyaksh? And Indriya Gyan is Pratyaksh, that will become Paroksh. And what is Paroksh will become Pratyaksh. What is indirect becomes direct. What is direct, the Jeev is not interested in. When you lose interest in all the external things, like for example, you're wandering outside. When will you stop wandering? When you enter into your house. In the same way, when you enter the house of your soul, the Indriyas will stop wandering. This requires Purusharth. Understood?
Yeah, now I just wanted to check, since Krambat Paryay means everything is predetermined, so would Paryay act as a nimit for Purusharth?
Listen, Paryay and Nimit. Which
Yeah.
Paryay you're talking about?
No, if something is fixed that this is likely to happen, so would our efforts be in line with what is likely to happen, or both are independent?
8 minutes. What you're asking, as I understand, is that your the Purusharth that will happen is in accordance with the Krambat,
expected.
you're asking?
Yes, please. Yes.
Now listen to me. Write down 2 phrases. Write down 2 phrases. Gati anusar mati or mati, I'll slowly go. Gati anusar mati, I'll explain in English. Gati anusar mati, mati anusar gati. Mati means buddhi. Gati means where you're going to go. Okay. For example, according to your buddhi, your gati will be determined, or according to your gati or mati your buddhi will be determined. Tell me. मति के अनुसार गति होगी या गति के अनुसार मति? बोलो।
मति के अनुसार।
मति के अनुसार। Not मति ज्ञान। मति ज्ञान नहीं, मति यानी बुद्धि. Supposing a drunkard is having the buddhi of taking drinks. Okay. He's having that mati. So what will be his gati? He will not reach far in life. He will not reach far in life. I don't want to say that he will be a loser. He won't reach far in life. So according to his mati, the gati is happening. Now take the example of Rishabh Bhagwan ka pota, grandson, Marichi. His gati was fixed that he has to be the 24th Tirthankar Mahavir. So because that gati was fixed, his mati did not work in the life of Marichi. He did not get Samyak Darshan. All in the family were getting Samyak Darshan. You know, 100 uncles and father and dada and all are getting. How many generations of Rishabha evolved and got Keval Gyan? But Marichi, son of Bharat, when Bharat went and asked Mahavir, not Mahavir, Adinath, is there anybody here who will get, who will be a great soul like you? Then he said, your own son will be one of the Vasudev, Triprishta Vasudev, and he is going to be the 24th Tirthankar. So tell me, it was, gati was fixed for him, so his mati was not sound right now to get the Samyak Darshan Gyan. Had he got it, he would not have been the 24th Tirthankar. Another example, Dwarka is going to burn after 12 years. It was announced. It was predicted. So those who understood that definitely it is going to burn, they all came on the path of liberation. Somebody took to vratas, somebody took to anuvratas, somebody took to tap and everything. But those who tried to interfere, no, we will alter it, we will change it. Okay, the 3 nimit for Dwarka to burn. One is the Dwepayan Rishi, one is the Sharab, the drinks, and the third is fire. So they took all the barrels and barrels of the Sharab. 1 second. Sorry, I had to mute everybody. They took all that wine and they put it out. They dumped it on the outskirts of the city. And it was predicted that Jara Kumar will kill Krishna. I mean, because of the nimit, the arrow of Jara Kumar, it will pierce the right toe of Krishna when he's lying down in that forest with a pitambar on his body, that is when his the arrow of Jarakumar will hit Krishna and he will die. And not a single person from Dwarka will be saved other than Balbhadra and Krishna. It was predicted by Neminath. And Jarakumar, who was a cousin of Krishna, he said, I will not be here only. Then why I will be the nimit for my brother's death? So he went off to a far off land. This Dwepayan Rishi, he also took to meditation and he also went off far away. And all the Dwarka people started fasting for 12 years. I'm will oli, I'm will tap vagara kar rahe the. So because of the tap ka prabhav, nothing happened to Dwarka. This is what is another part of the story. But all the Purushart they were doing to avoid that burning of Dwarka, which was built by the celestial gods and goddesses. Okay, gods, not goddesses, gods. Okay, so then after 12 years, as predicted, all the nimit poured in. That is when all the boys, they drank the sharab no, it happened before itself. They went on the outskirts of the city to just, have fun. And they drank the wine and they disturbed this Rishi. This Rishi died. And he became a lower celestial god. And after 12 years, when he was passing that way, he remembered what these boys had done to him. He wanted to take revenge. And that is when he burnt Dwarka to ashes. And Krishna, Balram, they tried to save their parents. They tried to put them in the chariot and take them out. Not a single dog or even the parents could be saved. And they went out of the city. Only these two people were survived. These two people survived. And then when Krishna was thirsty, Balbhadra went to get water for him. So he just put on his pitambar and he lied down under the tree. That is when Jarakumar, he came hunting, and he thought that some deer is there in that yellow color, and he shot his arrow and it went and pierced the right toe of Krishna, and Krishna died instantly there itself. And Balbhadra took his dead body for 6 months. Balram, 6 months, all these Baldev take the dead body of the Vasudev, and for 6 months he's trying to, he's in a state of shock. He can't accept that his brother, just now he was there and he's gone. For 6 months, he keeps the body, trying to bring him back to life. So on the way, people tell him, people try to grow lotus on the rocks. So Balbhadra says, what are you doing? How can lotus grow on the rock? Well, if your dead brother can come to life, then even this can happen. But he did not understand. And after 6 months, correctly, he understood. Then he dissolved the body or whatever it is. You understand what I'm trying to say? So it was predetermined that it should happen like this for Mahavir, for Dwarka. According to that, only all the events take place. You and I try to alter so many things, but things happen in another way. So I'll give you one small example from day-to-day life. I'm boiling the milk. I'm very careful about it. I put it on sim, gas is sim, and I'm doing all the other work. And again, I'm looking at it also. It won't come out, it won't pour out, etc. And then suddenly I'm in a hurry. I just make the gas high and I'm doing some other work. And that is when all the milk comes out. What I'm trying to say, it was destined that the milk has to come down. So I did that Purushart. So according to the Krambad, only the Purushart happens. So this Krambad is obvious in Keval Gyan. Sarvagya ke Gyan mein another example I'll give. A Sarvagya knows the past, present, future. The future that has not happened also is known to him. So according to what is known in his Gyan, according to that only things happen. Na rai ghate na til bade. Rai matlab mustard. Til matlab same seed. That much of difference also won't be there. Mustard alavukku kammi avadu, sisame alavukku jaasti avadu. समझ में आया? राई जितना भी घटवट वहां पे नहीं. Another example I'll give you. Indra asks Mahavir, please alter your Nirvan time by a fraction of a second. Mahavir said, no, atte samatte. This is not possible. It is fixed that it has to happen at that time. That time only it will happen. Indra or Jinendra, nobody can alter. Nobody can alter the pariyai that are coming one after the other. When Samyak Darshan pariyai has to come, when Keval Gyan pariyai has to come, all that for you, for me, it is seen in Keval Gyan. But it is not seen in our Gyan. So what is in our hands? See, Atma ka swabhav jaisa hai, vaisa hai. Whatever is Atma's nature, it is fixed. Like the nature of water is fixed, the nature of air is fixed, the nature of carbon is fixed, the nature of coal is fixed, the nature of gold is fixed. Every substance in this world, their nature is fixed. The Shad Dravya, their nature is fixed. Likewise, Atma ka Dravya Gun Pariyai fixed. Pariyai is also fixed. But it is not obvious in our Gyan. It is obvious in Keval Gyan. Kevali Bhagwan can see all the pariyai of all the gunas, of all the dravyas in the whole universe simultaneously in one unit of time. That is Keval Gyan. So somebody will say, oh, they know the past, they know the present. But why do you say they know the future which has not happened? For this, Bharil Sahib says that who will call that knowledge as divine knowledge if you can't predict the future? Even as ordinary astrologer can predict things based on some nimit gyan. So you go to them, you value their predictions. You're not interested in the past and the present. You're interested in predictions. So Kevali Bhagwan has predicted when, what, where, how will happen. So jo pariyai, jis samay, jahan par, jaisi honi hai, wo pariyai, us samay, वैसे ही होती है. So all the Dravya, Kshetra, Kal, Bhav are fixed and they are known in his Gyan. So what should we do then? What should we do then? You understand your Swabhav. According to your Swabhav, you exert the Purusharth. Your Swabhav is Gyata Drashta Akarta. Do the Purusharth of Gyata Drashta Akarta. When Samyak Darshan has to come, when Keval Gyan has to come, it will come. But if you don't understand the Swabhav and don't do this Purusharth and tell that when time comes, it will happen. That means what? Out of the 5 Samvai, you are interested in the Kal Samvai. You are not interested in the Swabhav Samvai. Samvai means factor. So you have become Ekantavadi. Ekant ho gaya. You have rejected the other 4. So you have not applied Anekant. Then it is Mithya Darshan Gyan Chart. So the right Purusharth will not start. Because you have put it on the Kal, no? When time comes, it will happen. Okay, by Nimit it will happen. Nimit, the 4th Samvai is Nimit. In Nimit, we have to take so many things. We have to take Karma, we have to take Dev Shastra Guru, we have to take Priya Ma'am. All are Nimit. All external factors are Nimit, other than Kal. Swabhav is your intrinsic nature. Purusharth is the effort. Kal is the time. Nimit is the external agencies. And 5th is called Bhavitavyata, predetermination, Niyati. Niyat, jaisa fixed hai, Niyat, predetermination, वैसा ही होता है. But you talk of this one. Oh, according to my Krambad, when moksha is to happen, it will happen. When time comes, it will happen. Oh, if I get the nimit of Paramatma, it will happen. So you are worried about the 3 Samvai, but you have ignored the 2 Samvai. So Anant Kal beet jayega, your time will not come. Anant Bar, you will get the nimit. You will not understand it. And then you say, oh, it was predetermined that I should not understand. So I did not understand. So this predetermination is obvious in Keval Gyan. This is not obvious to us. Nimit is not in our hands. Kal is not in our hands. You can't alter the Swabhav. So what is in your hands? Purusharth. Now again listen. Since Anadi Kal, all Jeev are doing Purusharth. No Jeev is without the Purusharth. Purusharth of Dharma, Artha, Kama or Moksha. This is in Tirukural, it is called as Aram Porul Inbam. These three Purusharth are going on. But without determining the Swabhav, okay, without determining the Swabhav, the Purusharth is in the wrong direction. So the time has not come. The Nimit is not favorable to us. And then we say this is what was predetermined. But the day you understand your Swabhav, according to the Swabhav, you do the Purusharth, your time will come, the Nimit will be favorable, and that is when we'll say this was predetermined to happen. Now, our Swabhav is Gyata Drishta Akarta. Do the Purusharth of Gyata Drishta Akarta. In my Gyan, when that Keval Gyan Paryay will come, it will come in good time according to the Dravya Kshetra Kalpa. Not you can bring it, no. So that is why in Hindi I say, आत्मा में कुछ करने के लिए है नहीं और बाहर में कुछ कर सकते नहीं. Atma is as it is. Like the gold is, the nature of gold is fixed. Can you do anything in the gold? Can you make it diamond? Can you make it silver? Can you devalue it or value it more? Nothing. So gold में करने के लिए कुछ है नहीं. It is as it is. And बाहर में कुछ कर सकते नहीं. Gold cannot do anything to change the nature of silver or anything. So realize gold as gold and enjoy it. So here gold is Atma. Enjoy the nature of Atma. That is only Purusharth. That is, when you enjoy the Gyan Swabhav Atma, that is when Samyak Darshan, Samyak Gyan, Samyak Charita. Have I answered your question, Paras Bhai?
No, not completely. I'm yet slightly confused, ma'am.
Please ask. Please frame the question differently. I'll attend to it.
I'm just wondering whether, if Gati and everything is fixed, you partially answered that question. But can Purusharth alter the Gati?
Now listen, if it is determined that your Gati is to be altered, you will do that Purusharth. Supposing Shrenik Raja, before binding the Tirthankar Nam Karma, he had bound the Narak ki Gati. So his Narak Gati is fixed. Okay. That time he was not a Samyak Drishti. After that he became a Samyak Drishti. So what he did, he could reduce the Sthiti and Anubhag of his Narak Gati. But he could not change from Narak to Tiryanchkat. So it was predetermined that he should go to the third Narak. Understood? It was predetermined that he should go to third Narak. So according to that determination only, first he bound a Satvi Narak or whatever Gati ka Krishna or Shrenik Raja, one of them, Satvi Narak ka bandha tha karam. So by destiny, they were supposed to land in the seventh hell. But they were determined to go to the third hell. So now they became Samyak Drishti. Now the Sankraman happened. The alteration happened in the Narak ke Naam Karme, Narak Gati ke Naam Karme. So it was determined. So it was determined that they have to go to the third Narak. They, matlab one of them. And that is obvious in Bhagwan's Gyan. But not obvious in our Gyan. No? So yes, you can alter according to the Krambad only. Alterations will take place, not otherwise. Now,
Yeah,
Marichi, it is determined that he is going to be the 24th Tirthankar. Can he alter it? Can he become the 10th Tirthankar? Can he become the 20th Tirthankar? By Purusharth, can he do the Purusharth? Okay, if he is doing the Purusharth to alter it, then Adinath would not have predicted that he'll be the 24th Tirthankar. Then his prediction will go wrong, no? Now, because he predicted Mahavir became the 24th, no. It was fixed in Krambat that he has to be the 24th. So Adinath had predicted. Clear, dear?
So would it be fair to say that since the prediction was that he will become the 24th Tirthankar, would all his efforts be in consonance with that 24th ranking of Tirthankar? Or,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So his efforts will be only so much as would give him the 24th ranking in the Tirthankar.
Yes. His efforts will go in that direction only. That was also seen in Bhagwan's Keval Gyan.
Only to that extent.
Yes.
Okay.
So all his pariyai, all his effort will be in accordance to the predetermined events. I'll give you another example. Supposing I am to travel by a flight, and due to some reason, I exchange the ticket with somebody and the plane crashes. So it was predetermined that I don't have to die. And it was predetermined that that person will be boarding the flight. And it happens, no, so many things, so many ways. We try to do something and something else happens. We want to go somewhere, but we reach somewhere. We want to say something, but we end up saying something. We planned the event in such a beautiful way, but it turns out to be in another way. Supposing I give a talk for 1 hour, and then can I do the same talk again in that same fashion? No. So according to that predetermination, only that talk was happening. I'm only a knower and seer. I'm not the doer of this talk. According to the Bhasha Vargana Pudgal, the Bhasha is coming. According to the Nimit, the words are coming. Otherwise, I had planned that I will do 30 pages for you. But for the past 1 hour, 40 minutes, what am I doing? Taking your questions. I'm not telling I'm sure, because it was determined that I have to take these questions.
Sure. Thanks, ma'am.
Yes, Saurabh, and then Shobha, madam.
Ma'am, can then we sum that just because we are not privy to Keval Gyan, all these things are astonishing to us, or this concept itself is astonishing to us?
Pardon? First part of the question.
Because we are not, we don't have any experience of Keval Gyan, and that is why we find this concept very astonishing or surprising. Can we sum it like that?
Yes, we don't have Keval Gyan, and we don't have acceptance in 5 Samvai. We are not interested in the right Purusharth. So all these things are very, very challenging. To accept it is very, very challenging.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, next question, Shobha, madam.
Ma'am, you said this Gati Anusar Mati, that is the correct one, and the Mati Anusar Gati is not correct. But isn't the karmas which are the nimit for the determining the Gati, and the Matis are the one which contribute to the karmas?
Listen, your question is a little tricky one. Yeah? पहले वो भिंडी फ्राई ये कड़क नहीं है इतना तेल मत डालना नहीं तेल निकाल नहीं इसमें नहीं बनाना इमली का 1 मिनट sorry. Shobha madam, can you just repeat the question, Shobha madam?
Ma'am, in those 2 questions you asked, no, Gati Anusar Mati and Mati Anusar Gati. You said that the Gati determines the Mati, right?
Yes.
But what I'm asking is, like the karmas which are...
Well, Shobha madam, let me take the first part of the question, make it clear. See, the Gati of you people is fixed that you all will evolve. You all will evolve in knowledge. So your mati is bringing you to the class. So your mati is bringing you to the class. But other people who are not able to continue, maybe their gati is fixed somewhere else to go in that class or this Purusharth. According to that, their mati is taking them. Okay, supposing your gati is fixed that you will be one bhav avatari, you will take one bhav and go to moksha. Then you will immediately start practicing what this concept is telling. So your mati will guide you accordingly, and your gati, next bhav, you will go to moksha, for example. Supposing your gati is fixed that you have to go to moksha after many avsarpini, utsarpini. So your mati will not be able to accept this concept. It will not understand this concept. Or even if it understands, it will not be able to apply it or accept. Why it is not able to apply? Because the gati is fixed that you will be applying it only somewhere later. You understand? So according to that only, your mati will be working. This is the question. This is the concept. See, it was your gati to be a doctor, Shobha madam. So your mati was moving in that direction, that I should study, I should be sincere, I should work hard. You understand? So according to that, see, but in our hands, the gati is not fixed. Mati only will be going, and we'll say, oh, according to my buddhi, the gati happened. This is the gyan of a bondaged person, Chadmastka gyan. But in Keval Gyan, Bhagwan is seeing everybody's gati, and he knows that their mati will work like this. So they are not interested in changing anybody's minds. They know according to their gati, their mati will work. So they are not going to interfere with any jeev's activities. They are akarta.
Ma'am, but with Vivaha,
No, wait. You come to your second part of the question.
yeah, in Vivahar point of view, the mati is manipulated by the karmas, right?
If it
And
is
that
fixed,
is what is predicting the gati.
see, the karmas are jad in nature. Mati is the consciousness. So karma is one nimit. Karma is one of the factors, nimit. If your nimit is such that you should not understand your swabhav, you will not understand your swabhav. How much ever purusharth you have to take all the five samvai. If it is fixed by your karmas, who determined the karmas? You were away from your swabhav, you were in the wrong purusharth, you bound the karmas. You're conditioned, this Atma is conditioned by the karmas. And then you say the karmas are not allowing me to understand my swabhav. The karmas are not allowing me to do the purusharth. So you are not taking the responsibility. You are putting the blame on the karmas and creating more karmas. And creating more karmic bondage by not taking the responsibility. You want to put the blame on this poor fellow. It is jad. It is an outcome of your wrong calculation. So when will you do the calculation right? According to the bhavitavyata. But this is not in our hands. This is not in our cognizance. What is in our cognizance? Bhagwan has told the five samvai. Bhagwan has told your swabhav. You exert according to your swabhav. Leave the rest. When in your krambad, Keval Gyan has to come, it will come. According to your krambad, when moksha has to come, it will come. See, on the path of meditation, if you cannot become nishchinta, you cannot become nirvikar and nirvichar. You understand? On the path of moksha, see, dhyan is only the only charitra. For dhyan only all the charitra is taken up. And every jeev is doing dhyan, but not that dhyan of the swabhav. So that dhyan is of gyeya and more ragvesh wala dhyan hai. Not vitrag wala dhyan nahi hai. So to go deeper into meditation, you have to be relieved of all mental activities. Nirvichar. Then at the bhav level, you become nirvikar, nirvikalp. In nirvikalp avastha only, you get samyak darshan gyan charita. Other than that, everything is shubh asrav or ashubh asrav and bandha. Yes, next
So-
question.
So is it right to say in samsari jiva that gati anusar mati and mati anusar gati is a vicious cycle which keeps you
Yes.
in that the thing?
Yes, yes. But when you see the larger canvas, it is gati anusar mati. But when we take the steps, we will think, oh, according to my mati only, I am designing all this. So the mati always wants to be in an illusion that I am the doer. It wants to be in that illusion that I am the doer, that I will never drop. It does not want to drop. So how do we drop it? By understanding that according to the Krambad, things happen. So I'm only a knower and seer. That is when the man pave vishram.
Yeah, got it, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, now come to, so this I wanted to tell you today. And now write 4 things. Dravya, Kshetra, Kal, Bhav. Dravya, Kshetra, Kal.
Mom, you're gone mute.
Sorry, dear, lot of Sunday morning disturbances. So, Dravya, Kshetra, Kal, Bhav. Have you got it? Now take a piece of cloth. Take a piece of cloth. Now, the cloth is occupying some space, Kshetra. The cloth is the Dravya. The space it is occupying is called Kshetra. Now, that cloth was new when you bought it and you kept it for many years, it became old. So the Kal is operating on it. And the properties of the cloth, the cotton, are there in the cloth. That is a bhav. Okay. Now, the cloth is the dravya, and the smallest part of the kshetra that it is occupying is called pradesh. It is called as pradesh. And the time is operating on the dravya, no? So there is a flow in the dravya of newness, oldness. So that is called as paryay. So in your book on page number 22, please take page number 22, paragraph number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 line, 1 small paragraph is there. इसमें से वो लाल मिर्ची निकाल दो. हाँ. So it says जिस प्रकार द्रव्य के विस्तार क्रम का अंश प्रदेश है, उसी प्रकार उसका प्रवाह क्रम is called paryay. See, now let us put it on us. We are all one dravya. We are all one living thing. Our Atma is the living thing. It is occupying the pradeshas. So that is called as kshetra. Now these, or you take the ocean and the waves, they are occupying a kshetra. Now the waves are coming one after the other. one after the other, the waves are coming. So that is called as paryay. And the properties of water are the bhav. Now listen very carefully. Atma is a Jnana Samudra. It is operating in the Atma Pradeshas. And the waves of Jnana are coming. So the waves in the ocean come one after the other. Like that, in our Atma, the Jnana Paryay comes one after the other. ठीक है, अब ठीक है. And forever the bhav, the Chaitanya Swabhav, the Gyan Darshan Swabhav, bhav are ever present in the Jiva. So when we are talking of the paryay, that is measured through time. It is measured through time. But the reality is that the experience of the pure soul is beyond space and time. You want to experience the Pradesh. You want to experience the paryay. What you will experience is the eternal Gyan Samudra. When you go beyond the sense of space and time, that is when you will enter the space of the Gyayak Swabhav. You will experience it and get Samyak Darshan Gyan Chakra. I'll give you one example for this. Supposing you don't see the clock and you go to bed. And in the morning you get up and you see the clock. That is when you will realize that you have slept for 6 hours or 5 hours or 3 hours or 10 hours, whatever. But in the sleep time, during the sleep, there is no cognizance of time. There is no cognizance of the place where you're sleeping. Your hand will be somewhere, your body will be rolling. There's no cognizance. You understand what I'm trying to say? But you are operating in a frame of space and time. Right? You understand? All the 6 dravyas operate in space and time. But the Jiva Astika, the existence, is beyond space and time. Am I clear? Am I clear? Is this concept clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So, which wave has to come? It comes in an order, no, in the ocean. Likewise, in our Jnana Samudra, the Jnana waves come in an order. And in that Jnana, sometimes the moon is reflected, sometimes the mountain is reflected, whatever is reflected, it is all mere reflections. So now write down, from Vyavahar point of view, Kevali Bhagwan is Sarvagya. But from the Nishchay point of view, he is Atmagya. He is Atmagya. That means what? In Keval Gyan, Bhagwan is only enjoying being the Atma, the Gyayak Swabhav. And as a resultant of that enjoyment of Gyan Swabhav, the entire Loka Gyan is reflected. He is compounded his Gyan to that effect that the whole universe gets reflected in his Gyan, including the past, present, future of all the living and non-living. Infinite Loka. Infinite, like for example, at 9:09:13, this is the nature of the Loka. Infinite Lokas of infinite Jivas are reflected in. That is the power of one paryay of Gyan. That is the power of one paryay of Gyan. Then what will be the power of the Gyayak Swabhav from which Ananta paryay of Keval Gyan comes? That is called Ananta Virya. And that Ananta Virya creates the Ananta Gyan Darshan Sukh. So Purusharth, Virya is Purusharth. So all the Virya is in manifesting the pure potential of the Jiva. इसलिए कहते हैं एक समय की कमाई को अनंत काल तक खाएगा. This 1 minute you have earned Ratnatraya for infinite kal, you will enjoy the fruit of it. But if you don't do this kamai, then anant kal tak nigod mein hi dukh paega. That's all. We have only two gati, either nigod or moksha. These are all junctions. We are not going to stay here for long. 2000 plus Trasparya is over. We go back to nigod if we don't crack the exam of Ratnatraya. Clear, dear?
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
like that, things are there on every page of this Krambad Paryay. So I'll request you all to read the book, come with questions. We will discuss those questions. Now, write down 2-3 more things. The Gyan happens according to the Gye, or according to the Gye, the Gyan will happen. Page number 25. According to the Gyan, Gye will happen, or according to the Gye, Gyan will happen. Bolo.
According to the gay, Gyan will happen.
According to the Gyan, the Gay will happen.
Listen, I have lost my diamond ring.
What
I've lost
you
my
know
spec-
is what you see and what you will get to know. The
See,
object.
I lost my spectacles.
Mhm.
Okay, I misplaced. I did not lose it. I misplaced it. And I'm searching everywhere. When I'm searching, am I seeing other things? And I happen to see my spec, but I failed to take cognizance of it. Because in that time in my mind, something else I was seeing. Even though the Gye was present, I'm not able to see it. And then I go to the office. Namu, you called her? 1 second. So I run into my spectacles, but I'm not able to take note of it. And then suddenly I'm sitting in the office and I realize, oh, yes, that was my specs. Oh, I left my ring in the temple or in the puja room. So I got my ring when I had to get it in my Gyan. Even though it was there, it was not lost. It was lost in my Gyan. And when it will come in my Gyan, only then I will take cognizance of it. So in your Gyan, which Gye has to come, that is also prefixed. That is also predetermined. So it is not in your hands to create the Gyan. It is not in your hands to create the Gye. It is not in your hands to get Samyak Darshan Gyan Charitra. It is in the hands of your acceptance of Sarvagyata, Krambadha, nature of the soul. All the three are connected. All the three are connected. So I told you, I'll give you 2-3 meanings of Sarvagyata. Sarva, Gyan, 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 Atma Pradesh. That is one. Second is all-knowing supreme knowledge is the Keval Gyan, Sarvagya. And third is, in meditation, what happens is Keval Gyan, 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 and you become detached from you're not interested in the Gye. You're interested only in the Keval Gyan, 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 and you're not interested in the Gye, then that will eventually become Keval Gyan. So केवल ज्ञान 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 का काम करने का नाम सामायिक है. And when you will do that केवल ज्ञान 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 ज्ञान, when you become detached from all the which are, when will happen, this will happen, that will happen, all mental games. So when that mental games will be arrested, when you accept Kram Bhakti. Or when Samyak Darshan has, otherwise in Dhyan you will say, oh, when I'll get Samyak Darshan. और कुछ काम है बेटा मेरे से. एक मिनट.
So the answer to ma'am's question, does Jnana happens, ma'am? Then
Yes,
the answer to your question, whether Jnana happens to Jnaya or according to Jnaya, or Jnaya happens according to Jnana, the answer is neither. Jnana and Jnaya happens according to Krampad Paryaya, right?
Yeah. So you can say the Gyan takes the shape of the Gyeya. The Gyan takes the shape of the Gyeya. That is why it is called Gyayakar, Gyanakar. In the Atma, the Gyanakar is always created automatically, autopilot, in which the Gye are coming. So the Gyan is taking the shape of the Gye. But yet it is Gyan. It is like I told you earlier also, a sugar candy in the shape of a horse. So it is a horse or a sugar candy.
Sugar candy.
There is no horse over there. It's everywhere sugar only. Likewise, in our Gyan, supposing I say horse, immediately our Gyan took the shape of horse. I say lion, the Gyan took the shape of lion. But neither the horse is there nor the lion is there. It is only Gyan.
Right.
So you see the Gyanakar, you don't take interest in the lion and the horse. That is Vitaragata. Likewise, one day your Gyan will create all the Gye will be created in your Gyan. But you are interested in the Gyanakar, you are not interested in the Gye. That is the 12th Gunasthan. And then comes the 13th Gunasthan. What remains is only the Keval Gyan, complete knowledge. Keval Gyan. Perfected, emancipated human beings are gods. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it interesting? Is it interesting?
Very much. Very much so. Very much so.
So you have to take one bhav and perfect this practice. You have to start the practice. You have to perfect that practice. One bhav moksha. You don't want to take it. You want to. वो बड़े जार में है भैया. एक मिनट. Sorry, dear. Sorry, the cook was not well.
No problem. No problem. No problem.
Okay. So now everything. See, I'll tell you one thing. Sometimes, it so happens that your children have misbehaved. You get very angry with them. And you feel that when they come home, I'm going to give them left and right. But you see them and all your anger melts. It happens, no? And suddenly, sometime without your planning, the anger will erupt. You have not planned it. And somehow it will come out.
Right.
So it comes out according to the predetermination, not according to your doing. And even when you are getting angry, you are a knower and seer only. That time, are you not knowing that I'm getting angry? That time, are you not knowing I should not have got angry? So it was not in your hands. What is in your hands? Accept this nature of your soul. And that is called Kshama. That is when you will forgive all your wrongdoings. Understand? That is Uttama Kshama. That is Uttam Brahmacharya. All you could apply over here. Uttama Kshama, Mardhav, detachment, everything. Dasa Lakshan.
Forgiving yourself.
Yes. We are not able to, oh, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did. Karta buddhi ka bhoot. That bhoot is making you do all this. And you think you are the one who is doing. Hare Baba, even that time you were a knower and seer. Deep down, that unfathomable ocean of knower and seer you are. Upar se swabhav ka waves, vibhav ka waves. So detach with the vibhav waves, understand the swabhav waves, and understand that deep down you are a knower and seer like Siddha Bhagwan. They have manifested their pure potential. We are intrinsically, potentially pure, not in a manifested level. But the manifestation of the pure Pariya is happening right now also. We are not knowing it. We are not realizing it. That is Mithya Darshan Gyan Charitra. So when what is to happen, even Indra or Jinendra, nobody can alter it. Okay. Now I'll give you one small example. So much of science and technological development, scientific and technological development taking place. What have they given us? They have given us tremendous comforts. है ना? सुविधा दे दिए, सुख नहीं दिया. Sukh nahi de sakta.
Sukh is a state of mind, right?
On the other hand, a Muniraj has no suvidha. He's in the forest. No AC, no cooler, no cook, no machines. He's happy or we are happy? He's happy or we are happy?
He may be happy. I don't know. I mean, we never talked to him.
No. Take of Tirthankar Bhagwan. Muniraj Tirthankar Bhagwan in the forest. All the comforts were there at home. He left everything behind. He went to the forest because he knew how to go in the forest of the Gyan Swabhav. And not worry about the tunnels of Pragvesh and all that. He could see the light at the end of the tunnel, the Gyayak Bhav. So the Sadhya was determined. His goal was fixed right from his past life. Samyak Darshan. Shaik Samyak Darshan. And now it took Bhagwan Mahavir 12.5 years to perfectly absorb in the pure state. Actually, it takes only Antar Muhurat. It actually takes only Antar Muhurat. Everything else is preparation for it. It took Bhagwan Mahavir to get that perfect 48 minutes, 12.5 years. It took Adinath 1000 years. But today, if somebody tries for 6 months, they can get it. They do nothing but this work for 6 months, they can get Samyak Darshan Gyan Charitra. This is written in the commentary of Samay Sir. Hello, got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh?
Yeah, I was thinking, what should be done in 6 months? What can be done that we can be
do nothing.
Done with?
Enjoy being your pure soul. Do nothing, physical, mental, verbal. If you're really interested, visit Amayan. Leave everything. If you are at the fag end of your life, you want Ratnatre. You want only Ratnatre. Visit Amayan, visit Pandit Ravindra Bhai. And try to practice, perfect this practice. You need some external support.
Yes.
So what is Amayan?
Amayan is where Pandit Ravindra Bhai, Bade Pandit Ji is there. And he is living like a 4th Ara Shravak, a very strict disciplinarian who is working on 4 Anu Yogas. Not at the theory level, but at the practical level.
Sure. Yeah.
And all of you listen to his lectures on YouTube and Telegram. Listen to him, first understand him. And if you feel you fit there, see, as a mumukshu, I dream of being at the feet of a evolved person who can put me on the track, and I do nothing else but that one. So Sumat Prakash ji, Ravindra Bhai, these are the two people who are practicing what these deep things I've learned from them and from all these books. Is it clear, friends?
Okay. Sure. Thanks.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm giving you the nichod of my 45 years of exposure to the Shwetambar and Digambar communities. And I put these two people on a very high pedestal.
They are in Jaipur, right?
Pandit Sumat Prakash ji is in Sameshikhar right now, doing sadhana. And Pandit Ravindra Bhai is always in sadhana. But very strict people, very strict people. If you are ready for that discipline, go there, not otherwise. First, listen to them.
Yeah.
And if you want, you can visit and come. Spend some time over there, come back. You can come back. If it doesn't suit you, you can go back. I'm dreaming of going there sometime, spending some time, because I've seen them very closely. And I listen to their pravachan every day. Okay, dear friends.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
हाँ,
Thank you.
तो
Yeah.
now
जाने के टाइम हमको बताइए प्लीज.
हाँ, प्रोग्राम बना के चलते हैं अपन सब. मध्य प्रदेश का एक ट्रिप बनाते हैं, ऐसे ही ग्वालियर, रामायण सब देख करके आएंगे. And I've seen the children, you know, such small children doing such great bhakti with all the orchestra, everything, you know, trained under the guidance of Pandit Ravindra Bhai. I've seen it in Dronegiri, I've seen in Mangalayatan, I've seen small children talking of such high philosophy. Ekdam white and white, chaka chak, and with all the orchestra, what bhakti they do in the morning, you know. देखने लायक होता था. द्रोणगिरी में देखा था, मंगलायतन में देखा था, विदिशा में देखा था.
Vidisha.
देखना आप लोग सब आइए, शिविर में आइए. Whenever they conduct this annual shivir, go for those shivir.
Vidisha, Madhya Pradesh में ना.
Okay, now write one more point. Page number 28. Sahaj Swabhav. Page number 28, first paragraph. प्रत्येक द्रव्य अपनी पर्याय का कर्ता स्वयं है. Every dravya is said to be the doer of its own paryay. That operation of the paryay is its dharma. It does not require any other dravya. Eternally it is operating, and that operation is natural to the dravya.
Ma'am, how is it not possible to require any other dravya for dharmastikai and adharmastikai and akastikai is not required for our any doing?
See, for the gold to remain with the properties of goldness, does it require dharmastikai? Adharmastikai? No.
So it does not require any other dravya to be in its guna.
Yes, yes.
Not in the paryay.
No, the paryay is of the gunas. The paryay is of the gunas. Atma is from the dravya point of view, Atma is Gyan. From the gun point of view, Atma is Gyan. From the paryay point of view, also it is Gyan ki paryay. Write down three things. Write down three things. I don't know if I've given it to you. You asked it, so I'm giving it. It's a very nice thing. Write down. Very beautiful it is. I'll if possible, I'll try to send the picture in the group. You have to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. Just put 5 lines. Put 5 vertical lines. Okay. Have you put 5 vertical lines? I'll show you.
Yes, ma'am.
You have to write now 5 vertical lines. Okay. Now in the first one, write Jiva Dravya. Very interesting it is. This is from Ujjwala Shah's books. Jiva Dravya, then Jnana Gun. Jnana Gun. Then Jnana Paryay. Bhaiya, gas kam karo. Now put over here Dravya, Kshetra, Kal, Bhav. Now we'll try to fill up these columns. Okay. Now this from this Jiva Dravya is Jeev. The Jnana Gun is of the Jeev. The Jnana Paryay is of the Jeev. This is the Dravya. Kshetra, this is Asankhyat Pradesh. Innumerable space points. Asankhyat Pradesh means innumerable space points. This Jnana Gun is occupying the Asankhyat Pradesh of the Jiva Dravya. And this Jnana Paryay is operating in every Pradesh of that Asankhyat Pradeshi Atma. The operation in the Jiva, this is the Sahaj Parinaman that is happening in the Jiva. Now, Kal, the Jiva Dravya is Anadi Anant. Is Anadi Anant. This Jnana Gun is also Anadi Anant. But this Jnana Paryay, is of one Samay. This is of one Samay. Now come to Bhav. Under Bhav, this Jiva Dravya, which is having this qualities, this space point, this is called Jeev Ka Lakshan. Jeev Ka Lakshan. Jiva Dravya is Jeev only. You will write Jeev. Jeev Ka Lakshan. All the Lakshan. What is Jnana Gun? What is Jnana Gun? It is, what is Jnana? It is Jnana Gun Ka Lakshan. Now what is this Jnana Paryay? It is Jnana Paryay Ka Lakshan. Same thing you have to put. Jeev Ka Lakshan, Jnana Gun Ka Lakshan, Jnana Paryay Ka Lakshan. Lakshan means what? Lakshan. The waves of the ocean, the waves are the Lakshan of the ocean. The waves are there only in the ocean. Likewise, in the Jnana Samudra, the Jnana Paryay Lakshan is there. But the Jeev, since Anadi Kal, is interested in the Gye that are coming in the Jnana. So it is not getting the Samyak Darshan Jnana of this Jiva Dravya, this Chaitanya Swabhav. It is not finding bliss there. It is not finding happiness where it is there. It is trying to search happiness where it is not there. There's no happiness in the 5 Indriya pleasures. So where it is there, it is not searching. Where it is not there, it is searching. This is a mithyat. So now in the Jiva Dravya, the Parinaman is Sahaj. Parinaman means operation is Sahaj. So Sahaj banna hi Mahan Purusharth. Sahaj banna hi, natural Sahaj is tremendous Purusharth. And that will go when the ego of Parkartritva, I'm the doer of this, I'm the doer of that. Arey Baba, you are the doer of your inherent nature. And this is all written in the Karta Karma Adhikar and Sarva Vishuddha Gyan Adhikar of Samayasar.
What are the English equivalents of Parinaman? And Sahaj is equanimity.
No, Parinaman is operation. Sahaj is the natural state. Sahaj is the natural state.
Thank you.
The natural state of Atma is Gyayak Bhav, Gyan Darshan Swabhav. And the Purusharth should be of Gyata Drishta Bhav. Okay. So Atma is the doer of its own Paryay and non-doer of all the other Paryay. 5 Samvai I have told you. Then write down. Page number 32. After this, I will give you the chance. You all have to perform. What is dharma? Dharma is the acceptance of the natural state of the pure soul. Dharma is the acceptance of the natural state of the pure soul. I'll request you all to listen to one lecture of Nikhil Shastri on Dharma kiske ashray se hota hai. There he very nicely discusses about Punya, Pap, Dharma and Dharmi. Punya, Pap, Dharma and Dharmi. I have it in my downloads. If you ask me, I will send it to you separately. I will not send it on the group.
Is that in YouTube, ma'am?
Yes, on YouTube it's there. You may not find it. If you don't find it, you ask me, I'll give it to you. If you find it, it's okay. He is a disciple of Pandit Sumat Prakash ji. And he has given this talk on Dharam, Dharmi. So Dharam happens when you look at the Dharmi, which is an embodiment of all the virtues. Whether you meditate on the pure soul or not, except that you are a knower and seer and not a doer, the meditation will happen. Sahaj mein, every moment it will happen. Every moment you will remember, oh, I am Gyayak, I am Gyayak, I am Gyayak. I am not all this, I am not all this. And one fine day you will settle in the Gyayak and manifest the Gyayak in your Gyan. Okay. So, what I was saying is, Dharma is Sahaj Svikriti. Sahaj Svikriti of the Sahaj in nature. That is when you will become, you'll focus inwards. So Agyani will look at the Paryay. Now write one more beautiful word. Dravya Drishti, Paryaya Drishti. Yes, Minoti, you can leave or you want to wait. Is it your turn to do the Gandhar? Agyani will have Paryay Drishti. When I will get Samyak Darshan Paryay, when I will get Keval Gyan Paryay, when I will meet Paramatma, etc., etc. But Samyak Drishti will focus on the Trikali Dhruv Dravya and not worry about the Paryay. His focus is on the Samudra. He ignores the waves. कपड़े निकाल लिया? कौन निकाला? अच्छा. So when you will focus on the Dravya, when you accept that everything in the Paryay is predetermined, that is when you go beyond the Paryay and you will get the Dravya, which we really are. Okay. Hota Swayam Jagat Parinam, मैं जग का करता क्या काम, page number 34. So then he says that, there's one example that I give in my style. Supposing you take a pot of water and you're in this ocean You're carrying the ocean water in one pot on your head. Now, every time you will be worried, no, which wave will come and it will take away the pot and go, or the pot will break, or the pot will go. So you'll be worried. Huh? So those who are in the Sansara Samudra and they are having one pariyai, so they'll be worried about the time. Oh, this pariyai will go. You cannot hold on to it for long. It is bound to go. So you cannot become Nishchint. To become Nishchint, anxiety free, what you have to do, you have to come out of the ocean. And now so much of waves are coming. So many waves are coming. So much of water is going and coming. Are you worried? You're not worried. So this is called as Tatastha. Tat par sthit ho jana. Now listen to me very carefully. So now that ocean and that pot I told you, that is nothing but your Gyayak Samudra and the Gyana Pariyai. So if you think you are the doer of Pariyai, you will have to be worried of many more Pariyais. But you step outside, you just remain a witness to all the Pariyai that are coming and going. That is what Siddha Bhagwan is. Tat par sthit ho gaye. Tat matlab kinara. पर्याय से किनारा करके द्रव्य में स्थित हो गए तो अनंत पर्याय के वो ज्ञायक बने. Understood? Understood?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, related to what
this is a catch-22 situation, ma'am.
yes,
we are kept in the ocean of samsara because of all that we do. But we could become only Nishchin when you come to the banks. So,
yes.
and then only when we become Nishchint, only you can get to the, from the samsara ocean, you can get to the bank only when you become Nishchint. But if we come to the bank only, we become Nishchint. How does it work, ma'am?
See, living in the ocean, you have to come to the bank spiritually. That is when you will come physically outside the ocean of Janma Marana. That requires tremendous purusharth. That means what you have to do, you have to give up the idea of the pot of water. Remain yourself. And then you come on the shore.
Purity of mind.
Hold on to the pariyai. When this pariyai will come, I will get it, you will never get it. Understood? So, this is what happens in the Muni Dasha. Living amidst all the pariyai, they focus on the dravya. And you know what? In the Shvetamba tradition, it is told, Mahavir all his life kept telling Gautam, oh Gautam, you have crossed the mighty ocean. Now, why are you standing on the shore? Just take one leap and come out. But Gautam never understood. He could not take that leap. And when Mahavir attained Nirvana, he understood. He took the leap, he got Kevalya. You understand? So Nimit is present. Nimit is present, but the Nimit is Akarta. Mahavir could not do anything for Gautam. Gautam himself could not do, but when the time came, he understood, he realized it happened. Like that. Ho gaya. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Understood? Okay. So now I will request you all to listen to my Friday's lecture on this talk. And there are many more things that I've discussed over there. Please try to take it from there also. So we have done up to page number 34 and all these things are given. So there is no end to the discussion on this Krambad Pariyai. I'll try to finish the up to 67 page number in the next class and then take the set of question answers in 2 classes and then finish it off. Yes, Gandhar, please.
Ma'am, last time you told me to get this Gyan Ka Shakti from your Friday this thing.
I
Gyan
don't get
ka
it.
Shakti.
I didn't know.
What is the Shakti in the Atma?
I got it now. I got it now. Yes, what do you want now? You tell me.
Nene, you wanted me to tell the class because it's in the Friday class you told, and
Acha, acha.
I
Acha,
just
acha.
want
So-
to share it with my class actually. And
Please go ahead. Please go ahead. Please go ahead. All of you, please pay attention to what Shobha Madam is telling.
so this is about the Gyan ka Shakti. That is how much potential you have in your Atma to have the knowledge, how much knowledge your Atma has, the potential it has. It starts with, in this universe, the Jeev are Anant. Now, the next, more than this Anant Jeev are the Pudgal.
One second. She's going to tell you 8 points. If possible, all of you write down. Point number 1, infinite jivas. Yeah, next Shobha Madam.
And more than the Jivas, there are infinite Pudgals. That means infinite into infinite Jeev. That much Pudgals are there. Then the next one is more than these
No,
Pudgals.
Shobha Madam, you have to say the Pudgal are infinite times more than the number of jivas.
That's
Yeah,
what, ma'am.
that is
Infinite into infinite Jivas are the Pudgals, number of Pudgals. Then the next one is the Kal Samay of all the 3 Kals, that is past, present, and future. They are infinite times the infinite Pudgals. That means infinite times the infinite Pudgals, which are infinite into infinite Jivas. So you keep calculating like that. That's how many are there. Now, greater than...
Why? Because time is operating on all the Jeev and Ajeev. So it is more than the Jeev and Ajeev.
Yeah. And then now we think that we have come to maximum infinite. No, we still have Akashka Pradesh. These Akashka Pradesh are infinite times the infinite Kal Samays. So next we have, we think that's the end of it, but then you have the gunas of one Dravya is infinite times the infinite Akashka Pradesh.
So 1 to 4 we did the Dravya. Jeev, Pudgal, Kal and Akash. Next we come to the Guna. So the Gunas in one Jeev or in one Dravya are infinite times more than the number of the Dravyas, the Pradeshas of the Dravyas.
So now when you think that one Dravya has so many gunas, infinite times the infinite Akashka Pradesh, then imagine this, all the Dravyas ka, all the gunas. That is infinite times ka infinite gunas. Now this is just the gunas. Then you have the Paryayas. The Paryayas of all the gunas, of all the Dravyas, of all the Atma Pradeshas is infinite times the infinite Ananta Guna, right? And now in all of this, you just take one indivisible unit. It contains all of this Ananta Paryayas in one Pradesh. That is the Avibhag Praticheda that ma'am talked about this morning. Actually. That is how much the potential of Gyan we have in each of our Atma Pradeshas of our Atma.
Sorry, Shobha ma'am, can you repeat the 8th point, please?
8th point is Avibhag Praticheda. And these are all these 1 to 8 are the Gyayas of the Gyan. And the Shakti in the Atma is all this 1 to 8 in one Samay. That is the Gyan Shakti. In one indivisible part of our Atma Pradesh. Right? I thought we shouldn't miss this.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thanks, ma'am.
Any questions you have? You see that
See, all of you, please listen. I would like to thank Shobha Madam for remembering and for having presented the concept and saved me of the energy of putting it. So I would like to, 1 to 7 is okay. The 8th one is that सब द्रव्य के गुणों की पर्याय से, see, you have all the dravyas, you have all the gunas, you have all the paryay. Infinite times more than all the three are the smallest indivisible part of each dravya. Okay. So the dravya gun paryay are operating, but what is operating? Like for example, you have the ocean. Ocean is one dravya. It has infinite properties, the guna. The waves are the paryay. But what is in every pradesh of the samudra? Infinite gunas are there, infinite paryayas are there. In every part of the ocean, the dravya gun paryaya are operating, dancing. Okay. Likewise, in the Atma, the dravya is there, the guna is there, the paryaya is there. But the minutest division of the Atma, the smallest indivisible part of that is called as the avibhaga pratiche. That is called as the Shakti. Okay. Now, these 8 are known in Keval Gyan. These 8 are known in the Keval Gyan. Now, this Keval Gyan comes from where? It is a Gyan Paryay. This Keval Gyan is only a Paryay of my Gyan Gun. It's only a Paryay of my Gyan Gun. So 1 to 8 are known in my Gyan Gun, in those Avibhag Pratiched. So that is the Paryay, that is the Shakti of one Paryay. Like that, Anant Keval Gyan ki Paryay will come. So what is my Shakti? Like that, like Gyan, there are Anant Gun. Keval Gyan, Keval Darshan, Anant Gyan, Anant Darshan. So, how much is my power? How much is my power? So, we have never evaluated or estimated our power. Our Shakti ko humne pehchana nahi. That is Krodh against the Atma. Krodh towards the Atma. We are that Atma, but we think that we are this limited Atma.
किसी ने बोला कि आप 1 सेकंड रुकिए ना, तो 1 सेकंड बाद मान ले लेना something. तो
Understood, dear? We are that Atma, but we think we are this Atma. This is Man Kashay. We are not understanding that correctly. And what we are understanding, we think that is right. That is Maya. We never seek that which we are. And we seek that which is not ours. That is Lobh Kashay. So Anantanubandhi, Krodh, Man, Maya, Lobh. Even though you're not getting angry with anybody, not understanding, not realizing this pure potential, at least at the Shraddha level, at the Gyan level, makes it Anantanubandhi Kashay. Okay. So, मेरे केवल ज्ञान मेरे ज्ञान गुण से आता है, तो मेरे ज्ञान गुण की ताकत क्या है? और ये ज्ञान जैसे अनंत गुण मेरे आत्मा में है, like this ज्ञान अनंत गुण are there in my आत्मा, तो ऐसे अनंत गुणों का मैं स्वामी हूं, तो अपनी महिमा आती है, तब सम्यक दर्शन ज्ञान चारित्र. You take interest in your, be spiritually selfish. That's what all Tirthankars were. We want to be materially selfish. So the more and more you become spiritually selfish, you will become materially selfless. This is the Pravritti Marg in the Atma and Nivritti Marg in the world. From the world. Asceticism outside and Anand inside. detachment. It is a science of detachment. But you know what people understand Jainism? It's only a set of practices. Nudity, loch, upvas, that much only Jainism the world knows. What real Jainism is, even the Jains don't know. Okay, dear friends, class is over for today. It's 10 o'clock. What
Thank
to do
you for
after
sharing that, ma'am.
What
It was
sharing?
sharing this potential of Jainism and the power of knowledge.
Yes.
I feel this is the pinnacle of Paramagam honors for me as of today.
Yes, dear. Yes. Yes. Eye-opening things are there. Shall we end the class? Call it a day. Take
Thank
the
you,
Gandhar
ma'am.
next week.
Yes, ma'am.
Take the Gandhar
Thank you, ma'am.
next
Jai
week.
Jinendra,
Anybody
ma'am.
who
Thank you,
comes
ma'am.
to
Jai
the
Jinendra.
Gandhar, I will stay.
Thank you, ma'am. Jai Jinendra.
Thank you,
Jai
ma'am.
Nobody will give me
Indra,
the
ma'am,
response.
thank you.
Nobody will give me the response like Saurabh sir. I have to beg for it. I don't want compliments. I want your feedback. See, I've shouted for 2 hours in Upvas.
Ma'am,
I've
ma'am,
tried what else in the
ma'am,
morning.
my feedback was in the questions and also in, you have stimulated our brain to think and be curious and seek more knowledge actually.
Right knowledge.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah, thank
thank you. Shobha madam, you remind me of the Aarti, you know. I'll teach you one day that Kripalu Dev's Aarti. Remind me. Jai Dev, Jai Dev.
Thank you.
पहली आरती प्रभु ने जिज्ञासु करता प्रभु जिज्ञासु करता निज पद लक्ष्य लहिते मिथ्यामति हरता जय देव. So you have become a jigyasu. So you are on the path of moksha. You have taken the first baby step. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Like a baby, I shouldn't fall and not take the next step. Actually.
No, you will fall. Then you will take again another step. Don't worry about falling. If it is determined to fall, you will fall. But keep taking the steps.
Krampad Paryaya, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, that's it.
Paras.
Thank you.
Thanks, ma'am.
Please bring your doubts and questions. Go through the book. Anything, let it be the silliest of the doubts. I'll take it up. Please go through the first part of this book. I cannot teach every line from the book. The more you read, the more questions you bring, that healthy discussion, through that you will get things.
Yeah, ma'am,
It's not my task to give it to you.
Yeah, on
Yes.
Kambad, I have lots of questions. Certainly, you've stimulated the mind. So I'll certainly bother you with some more questions.
So you go through the question answer section of this book. That
Sure.
will answer many of your queries.
Yes, please. Thank you so much.
Thank you all, dear Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
We'll do the
Jai
prayer.
Jinendra, ma'am.
निज निधि निज ने बताई यह अनंत उपकार है इसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना शतबार. Jai Jinendra now.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra, ma'am. Thank you.